You too. What's good, your boy? Everything going on? Is everything my familiar? I got for you guys a top 5 best solo hunter builds in Destiny 2 Lightfall. You know, if you a lost sector person, you just want to you be on your solo time and you just be doing things, this is the video for you. If you guys like this video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. My familiar. Let's get straight to the video. Right, coming in at our top 5, we have this Strand Moth Keepers X Duris Hunter build. Now, this build is very underrated. It's one of a newer exotic comic because the X Duris is new, came out with I believe this season, and also the Moth Keepers also came out this season. This build is really strong. By itself, the X Duris is not strong of a weapon in my opinion. But when you combine it with the Moth Keepers, it becomes a really good solo. And that's why it's at 5, because it doesn't do crazy damage, but it does keep you alive more than most. Basically what this build does now with the X Duris by itself, it's just like a average, decent exotic grenade launcher, but combining with the Moth Keepers. Now what the Moth Keepers does is it takes away your grenade slots and it gives you an extra slot. So the reason why I have this with Strand, because with Widow Silk, I believe you gain an extra grenade slot. So now you have 3. So instead of 2 you would have with the Moth Keepers, you have 3 grenade slots. Now what these grenades does is it summons moths that do damage and gives you a void overshield or overshield in general. So now with the X Duris, when you do a hit or you do a final blow, if you're low health, those two moths that comes out, or one of them might go do damage to another group of enemies that does decent amount of damage, and the other one can come and give you an overshield with the X Duris. Combine that with the 3 grenades you have. Now you have so many ways to keep alive, and I understand this is hard content, and it's like, you know, it's gonna take a little while, but being able to survive hard content and be kept alive as much as this build is, this is why it's at my number 5. Now right here is what you guys want to see for like the aspects and stuff like that, and the fragments. Go ahead and screenshot this. I'm gonna show you guys the mods I have for this build too. Screenshot all of this. Now we're gonna get to our number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the Grey Falcons, Humbert, and the Leviathan's Breath combo. Now I feel like this build is what I call the cleanup crew. The Leviathan's Breath also has unstoppable stuns. So if you have an unstoppable solo with something else, this is a perfect combo. And when I tell you this exotic bow is crazy in damage, it's crazy. Like me being, I'm at 1820 right now. Even if I was at 1800, it takes about like 4 shots. If you have the catalyst, you can carry like 15 or 12 of these shots. And if you're at 1800, it takes 4 shots to wipe out any champion. At 1820, it took 2 shots. Especially with if you combine the Grey Falcons with gives voluntary rounds into your bow, because it's a void bow, and this does crazy damage, crazy damage. This is the perfect cleanup crew. Get you a good secondary void weapon. I was using the last prediction, I believe that's what it's called. It's a pulse rifle. You can use the funnel web. Any good secondary or any good like energy, like void weapon you can use with this is perfect. So combine that with these. This is just an unstoppable, underrated build. Like I said, I call it the cleanup crew for a reason. This just melts any champion, melts boss, like anything that has to do with unstoppable solo. Go ahead and put on the Leviathan's Breath with the Grey Falcons. Have you a good void weapon, and then you're gonna be cleaning out areas in less than 5 minutes. Any solo is gonna be done in less than 5 minutes. Honestly, probably in 3. You know, but yeah, that's at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have my favorite solo hunter build. We got the Arceus Embrace and the Sunshot. Now this is a perfect combo if you have the right build, which gives you restoration. I like using the restoration grenade with this build because the Sunshot melts any red bar, it melts yellow bars. Champions takes a long time, but with the Arceus Embrace, now what you want to do with this is have the Riptide, or any weapon that's the Riptide has chill clip, anything that has chill clip, use that with the Arceus Embrace. When I mean your heavy knife is going to be doing between no less, like, with all the buffs going on, you're doing 200k, 170k. And that's just on your melee, not even counting your super, not even counting your grenades. You're doing 200k. This is probably the most underrated build because, one, you have the sunshot, and with solar weapons with this build, you're going to be in restoration. You're going to constantly have restoration with every final blow with sunshot. And then when you trigger your heavy knife buff, combine that with the Riptide, which gives chill clip, with stasis gives you extra buff, you're doing 200k damage. At 1800, you're probably doing like 120. And that's just on your melee. We're not counting anything else. We're not counting your heavies. We're not even counting your weapons. Combine the Riptide with that, no heavy, no nothing, you're doing 200k. And that's on 1830. Anything else, you're doing 400. You're doing super damage. So this is so underrated, crazy damage, and this is why it's at the number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Malfeasance Shackle Strand solo build. Now, combine Strand with the Malfeasance, it's a deadly combo. Because one with the Shackle grenades, you get 2 with the Widow Silk aspect, right? So now you have 2 Shackle grenades, and then you also have the dive. So you have 3 ways to have enemies suspended, right? Combine that with the buff of the Lucky Pants with the Malfeasance, is crazy. And I mean crazy. It does crazy. You're wiping out any champion. Once you stun them, and also the Malfeasance does unstoppable damage too. So it stuns any enemy that's unstoppable. So once you stun any enemy you're doing, and you use your Shackle grenade, you melt them. Before they even touch the ground, after the Shackle duration is gone, you melt them. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy combo. I'm telling you guys. This is by far, like the most damaged, probably the most balanced build in solo build I'm giving to you guys. But number 1 is just too legendary, man, and this is why we have to put it at the number 1. So coming in at number 1, we have the infamous, the most used, probably the best solo build for hunters you can have. We have the Assassin's Cowl Arc Hunter build. Now, the Arc Hunter melee Assassin's Cowl build is so dangerous because it stacks up so much damage, and not just that, you get your super in like 45 seconds every single time with final blows, with ionic traces coming to you, all the damage, and then on top of that, you're able to go invisible. You're able to do crazy melee damage and go invisible. Now, it is it's very risky. I was thinking about putting 2 over number 1 because of how much balance it does. But because this melee does damage, you get your super faster than any other super on this list with this build. You get your super faster than any other super on this list on this build. And you can stack your melee damage up. So after you kill like one enemy, it stacks up. Then it keeps on stacking and stacking. Then now you wipe in yellow bars in 3 hits. And then you go invisible. You know, this is a crazy build. And that's why it's a number 1. I mean, that's suspected. Assassin's Cowl is an S tier exotic, man. Especially combined with Arc. And it's like, it's perfect for Arc. It's perfect for the Arc melee build. But yeah, that's it, man, for this video, man. If you guys like this type of video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. What else top 5 you guys want me to do, man? You guys want to give you my top 5 weapons? You guys want to give me my top 5 most supportive hunter builds? Damage builds? Whatever you guys want, man. Leave it in the comments, man. It's your boy Everything Water, and what is everything, my familia. I'm out.